Hey friends, and it's the Funky Play Brothers, and please remember to subscribe to our YouTube. And today I'm reading Chapter 9 of Lily to the Rescue, the Not So Stinky Skunk by W. Bruce Cameron. And again, here's my little Popeyes that I love in our bed. It's adorable. Look at it. It's adorable. Okay, let's read Chapter 9 with my puppy picture. Maggie Rose and Dad followed me as I tracked that skunk across the dirt around the trees and through patches of dry grass. We were all playing Chase the Skunk. I hope skunks understood chasing me better than squirrels did, and that the skunk better than the skunk would not ruin the game by running up a tree or down a hole or into a loud hose. There were many interesting animal scents distracting me from that skunk. Now that I had my nose to the ground, my girl and Dad were having trouble keeping up, so I felt free to check some of them out. Wait, what was that? A male dog had been here recently. I sniffed carefully. Lily, find the skunk, Maggie Rose said urgently as she came up behind me. Did you lose the trail, Lily? Dad asked. I heard my name and I heard skunk, which reminded me of what we were doing. I plunged off again. I felt a bit like a bad dog for having stopped to sniff the male dog scent, but it was actually his fault, not mine. Male dogs just don't always understand what is important. I was getting closer. I could tell the skunk smell was so strong. Now that I knew Maggie Rose and Dad could probably smell her as well. Should I wait and let them find the skunk instead? I was going to do just that when I scrambled over a thick root and plopped down on the other side. There she was, the skunk. She was clawing at a rotten log on the ground. She stuck her face into the crumbled bit of wood and snapped up, something wiggly between her teeth. Then she saw me. She lifted her tail high, lowered her head, and shifted her weight from foot to foot. She wanted to play. I should have brought Craig's socks. The skunk backed up and spun around to show me her butt. I'd already sniffed it once, but I didn't want to be rude, so I did it again. Dad and Maggie Rose were right behind me, and I glanced over and saw Dad take something out of Maggie Rose's backpack, a sort of thin cloth net. He threw it forward. It had a weight at each corner, so it flattened out as I sailed through the air. The net flopped to the ground over the skunk and me, covering us both. Today I had a coat on me, and now I was wearing a net. This was very strange and not how I usually played. Enough light was coming through the thin cloth that I could still see the skunk. She did not seem happy. I could tell that she was startled and afraid, and she wanted to run, but the net was trapping us both. I wagged at the skunk so she'd know we were friends. She backed away from me a little, but she didn't have much space to move. Stay there, I heard Dad tell Maggie Rose. Then he came closer in a moment. His big hands pushed through the cloth and scooped the skunk right up, still wrapped tight in the thin net. I was concerned for my new friend. I wished I knew a way to tell her that. With Dad holding her, she was safe. The skunk wrinkled and bit at the net as Dad carried her to the back of the truck. I followed my nose up to smell my new friend. Dad lifted the back of the truck and opened the dog crate there. He plopped the skunk inside, pulled away the thin netting, and shut the door. Phew, Dad said. That went easier than I expected. Can we put Lily in the back too? She always helps with scared animals, my girl asked. I wagged at my name. Well, sure, we can try it, but if it makes the situation worst, we'll need to pull your dog right back out. Dad lifted me up and set me next to the dog crate. I peered in through the wire mesh door. The skunk was huddled in a corner. I could tell she was in no mood to play. Sometimes it's like that when I meet a new friend. I flopped down near the crate so that the skunk would see I was no threat. I watched her carefully to see if she understood. Look how calm Lily is, Dad said. He sounded a little surprised. I think she's actually helping the skunk stay calm too. Of course Lily's helping, said Maggie Rose. She's a rescue dog. It's what she does. She's amazing, Dad said. Maggie Rose, I'm afraid we have to cut our camping trip short. We've got to get the skunk down to your mother. She can tell if the skunk really can't spray scent. If she can't, maybe there's something your mom can do. What if Mom can fix it? My girl wondered. Dad was silent for a moment. Then I don't know if there's anything to help the skunk, honey. Mom will fix it, my girl said urgently. She has to. Maggie Rose and Dad became very busy packing things and moving them and putting them in the back of the truck. Dad picked up the box with the bacon in it, and even though we could all smell it in there, he didn't offer me any, which I found baffling. After it was all over, Maggie Rose reached over and lifted me away from the skunk. I whined a little. I could tell the skunk was still frightened and did not want to leave a new friend who was frightened and alone. Maggie Rose carried me around to the back seat of the trunk, climbed in with me. Another car ride. I hoped that the new skunk friend liked cars as much as I did. And that's the short chapter 9, like short chapter 8. And I love my dog. I love this book. Lily and Una are both puppies and girls. And I really like the Little to the Rescue, Not So Stinky Skunk by W. Bruce Cameron, because I'm already on chapter 10, because a lot of these chapters leading up to this is very short. So friends, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow us on Twitter at the Funky Play Bros. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Funky Play Brothers. Support our vlog at cashapp at the $ Funky Play Brothers so you get more adventures, more taste tests, more monies, and for support. Tune in next week for chapter 10 and